Why is everybody quitting their 9 to 5? But first, what's up, beautiful people? This is your favorite cousin Rich, back once again. And I hope you're having a prodigious day, because I am as well. Also, remember, if you like spiritual life coaching, you can find my contact information in the bio or the description. So, let's begin. Why is everybody quitting their 9 to 5? Seems like that's the hottest topic now. Even the guy the other day talked to me. He was saying, he wants to quit his job. He thought it was weird. You go on YouTube, you see everybody saying, I'm quitting my 9 to 5, I'm quitting my 9 to 5. You look around, you see everybody stressed out, they want to quit. The thing is, everybody's waking up. Yeah, that's the true answer of why everybody's quitting their 9 to 5. They see no point in it. They see no use in it. What's the point of working and you still stressed? What's the point of working and you still broke? What's the point of working to work? Get it? Like you literally working to work. You working to go to work. Your paycheck only covers your house, your food, and the gas to get to work. Enough food that give you energy to work. It seems like nobody gets far, working. They say you should be able to pull yourself up by your bootstraps, to start something, start your own business, with the proceeds that you get from work. But now the pay that they pay people, it's not even enough. It's barely enough to survive. This is all a tactic. This was all strategized. When they put everything in play, when they put everything in motion, the powers that be, I should say, when they put these things in motion in play, that's what they said. They said, we're going to give people barely enough to survive, and they're going to need us, they're going to rely on us, Just like a child is relying on his mother to survive, that's how they want us to be reliant on them. And people are finally waking up. They're saying, I don't have any time for me. It seems like all I do is work, and I'm not getting far. I'm stressed out. I don't have time with my family. I don't even have time to do the things that I want to do. And people are like, that's it, I quit. Whatever consequences come with that, they come with that. Now the thing about it now is that the status quo, or the thing that used to be, was that, everybody should have a job. You're a productive member of society if you have a job. That is no longer staying true. It's not the fact of people don't want to have a job. It's just people don't want to work in a place where they feel like they're being used. People don't want to work someplace where their efforts are not being realized, where their talents are not being utilized to the fullest potential. So this has people having a spiritual awakening now. That's why everybody's saying, well, what is my purpose? Why am I here? Because it seems like they're losing years off of their life every time they go to these establishments. It's funny, when I was younger, my moms would go to work. I would say, you going to the plantation? And she would crack up. And now, whenever we talk, she say, oh, I'm going to the plantation today. Like, she took root into it. So back then when I was younger, I already saw what was going on. I already saw my folks going to work, coming back stressed out. And they want me to sign up for this too? What's good, Bilal? So a long time ago, I've been unsubscribed to the life of having to have a 9 to 5. I vowed that I would have to build my life the way I needed to in order for me not to have to subscribe to that. But this is for the people who have to, or had to, or did. This is for you. So, why is everybody quitting their 9 to 5? Because they're finally waking up. They're seeing there's no point in continuing down this road where you don't get anything in return. And the only people who's benefiting are the people who's holding these jobs. They're the ones who's benefiting. That's the society that we live in now, is this capitalistic society. But I'm not going to get into all that. This is the society we live in, where it's only the people at the top, and they distribute the wealth as they see fit. They distribute the wealth to the people in exchange for your time. But the time is what you need in order to be free. But they pay you for your time. So now you're stuck in a trap. So this is why everybody's quitting their 9 to 5. You're basically selling your soul. I know a lot of people think, to sell your soul, you have to do some kind of ritual and this and this. No, the only ritual you did was go to a job interview, and you got the job. That was the only ritual. That was the only ritual. For real, though. I'm not saying this to beat up on people. I'm not saying this for people to look down on themselves, because a lot of times you need a job in order to take care of yourself, especially if that was the life that you already went down. So don't beat up on yourself. This is more so just to wake up and realize things that's going on. I know they say slavery ended a long time ago, but sadly it didn't. Just the chains disappeared. Well, let me rephrase that. The chains were no longer on our hands and feet. The chains are now the things that we need in society to survive, what we think we need to survive in society, as far as the materialistic things, the houses, the society, the ranking that we have in society. Those are the new chains and whips. I'll break it down for you real quick. You go to work every day in order to drive this nice car. You have this nice car in order to keep up your rank in society. You see? So you're already chained to this cycle you're already into this cycle that you had no idea that you were in, is the easiest way I can put it. Just as if in the early days of America, when they had slaves, you were forced to work. Same thing now. If you subscribe to a certain type of life, you're forced to work. And a lot of people don't realize or not self-aware that they subscribe to this, unconsciously they subscribe to this type of life, where it's this circle, this rat race. Now, if you want to be a part of the rat race, cool. But just understand, the rat race is just hiding slavery. Because the only way to exit out that rat race is either you say, I don't want to compete anymore against people, I want to live my life the way that God has designed, or you boss up to where now you're the one distributing the income. You're the one calling the shots. Now you the boss. But if you're not in any one of those two, sadly, you're in the rat race. You're tied to these gifts. Not these gifts. You're tied to these materialistic items. So now you're forced to go to work in order to keep up with your house payment and your car payment. The ones that you necessarily don't need to survive a regular life or the life that God ordained for us. But the societal life, yes, you need them. So the ones that you can barely afford or you barely get into now, you're forced to go to this job, or you're forced to brown nose, or you're forced to take abuse by your boss because he knows that you need this job. So the chains and whips, they're no longer as we see them. They just disguise them. That's all. But anyways, why is everybody quitting their 9 to 5? Basically because they figured out some bullshit. They basically got tired of waking up to work, then going to sleep to work. People finally realized, I'm paying $1,500, $1,600, $1,700 for rent. How much ever you pay for rent, just to go home and sleep, just to get back up to work. What we paying rent for, Seems like all the money you make is just going back out the door. And it's not even on frivolous shit. It's not even on frivolous items. It's on the necessities. See, the powers that be forgot that you need to give people a little bit more in order to enjoy life. But when people's backs are against the wall and there's no point, when they start seeing there's no point, where they see we'll rather do without than with and struggle with, we'll rather struggle without than struggle with, that's when they know they messed up. And they didn't take that into account. And that's the point that people are at now. They're saying, hey, I'd rather struggle without and not have this burden than struggle with and have a burden. A lot of people don't think like that. But once your back is against the wall for so long, it start registering to you. It's like, damn. It's like you damned if you do, you damned if you don't. And at that point, you make the decision. At that point, you say, damn, do I continue down this path of not having much and I don't have the freedom to at least enjoy life? Or do I enjoy life and figure it out on the way? At that point, you still have nothing, or you still don't have much. But doing without, going down the path that God has designed, going without at least opens up your mind now to the possibilities of you being able to build your life as you see fit, not that was manipulated for you. than being stuck in the cycle of living the life that was manipulated for you, and you still upset, you still stressed, you still not fulfilled. That's the biggest takeaway, is that people are working these jobs and they're not fulfilled. They're not feeling fulfilled. It's like this empty feeling. That's why they say exchanging time for money is not good. It's okay if you are fulfilled. But if you're not fulfilled, like I said, you're selling your soul. Anyway, just want to touch on that topic of why everybody's wanting to quit their 9 to 5. You're not the only one. I've been gave up that life a long time ago. And a lot of people are waking up to it now. A lot of people who are doctors and lawyers and all this that's been in the rat race, they see that they've been taking years off of their life due to the stress. And they say, hey, I'd rather do without. If that means giving up all the trinkets of life in order to enjoy, then that's what's just going to happen. So at the end of the day, they really see what life is about. Life is about living. Anyway, this your favorite cousin, Rich. Remember, if you like spiritual life coaching, you can find my contact information in the bio of the description. Hope y'all have a majestic day. Y'all be safe. Love and blessings.